Don't be tardy for the divorce filing or the IRS. Child, Kim Zolciak-Biermann from the Real Housewives of Atlanta shocked the world when we found out that she filed for divorce from her husband of almost 12 years, Kroy Biermann, who once played in the NFL. Now, as if things couldn't get worse for them right now, we also finding out that they owe over $1 million to the IRS, as well as other financial problems. Baby, it's hard out here for all of us now, but you better believe we're going to talk about it. Welcome back to Damien After Dark. If you're new here and you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button right below this video so you can get locked into all the juicy stuff that we got going on over here, okay? And if you want to support the channel, click the thumbs up button and like this video. Supporting the channel is free and it's easy to do, and I will love you forever if you do that. Last but not least, join the conversation. I want to hear what you have to say about this divorce that's about to get nasty, okay? We're going to dive right into it. I first of all want to say I don't ever like to dwell in anyone's pain. I don't ever like to pretty much what I'm trying to say is I don't want it to seem like we're over here celebrating that Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann are divorcing. I don't want to make it seem like we are throwing a party that all this terrible shit on the docket is happening to them. However, I just report the news. I don't make it, okay? Let's get deep down into this. So news broke this week that Kim Zolciak filed for divorce from her husband, Kroy. If you've been living under a rock, you know that Kim was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She met her husband, Kroy, while on the show. We saw them on the show. We saw them get married. They had children. She ultimately left the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but got a spinoff show about her and her family that lasted for 8 years. So it's safe to say that we have been following Kim's life for years and watching the ups and downs and everything in between. And I would be lying if I didn't say I was a little bit shocked that they are divorcing, because it always seemed like Kim and Kroy had this really solid, great relationship. However, everything that glitters ain't gold. And just because we saw a picture-perfect marriage on the TV screen does not mean that everything was picture-perfect when the cameras went down and the door closed. And this is why. So not only Kim was the first to file for divorce, but then Kroy also went and filed for divorce. So they both are on the same page here. Now, obviously, if you look at this from the outside and you read all this, it's pretty evident to see that one of the main reasons these two are probably divorcing has to do with finances, financial issues. So first of all, I told y'all they owe over $1 million to the IRS, $1.1 million to be exact. This stems from all the way back in 2013. So they haven't really paid taxes in 10 years, and it's caught up to them, and it's caught up to them, and it's caught up to them. Or maybe they've paid taxes, they just haven't paid all their taxes. Now it's caught up to them, and they're owing Uncle Sam, and Uncle Sam is coming. Not only do they owe this $1 million in tax debt, Kim also owes over $100,000 in credit card debt. And if you remember, if you've been a subscriber here to the Damien After Dark channel, you remember we did a video talking about Kim and her home going into foreclosure some months ago. I want to say this was back in November, around the holidays. Yeah, because Kim was saying, I'll be in my home for Christmas. Y'all are haters. My home is not in foreclosure. Wait till I'm in my home during Christmas, which she was. And she's still in her home. However, the foreclosure news was the smoke. Okay? And you know when there's smoke, there's what? There's fire. Now, I got the fire right here. And we're just going to talk about the fire. So Kim may have been able to deny the foreclosure news about her home, but she can't deny these public court filings regarding her divorce, this public news regarding her owing the IRS the $100,000 in tax debt. And, it's sad, but hey, when you live above your means, this is what happens. I mean, and we're going to get into that in a second. But Kim, and listen, I've always loved Kim on Housewives. Does she say some shit I don't like? Yes. Is she my favorite? No. But I've enjoyed her as a reality TV personality. She's entertained me throughout the years when she was on Housewives. I didn't care for the Don't Be Tardy show, really. But she was a good character in addition on The Real Housewives. But Kim, this ain't looking good, baby. This is not looking good at all. And I have a really strong feeling that this divorce is about to get messy in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I say that because Kroy is seeking full custody over their 4 underage children, which is huge, okay? So let's just talk really quickly. If you know anything about custody battles and all that, feel free to chime in. But those who have been through custody battles, you know that usually, you know, if parents are divorcing, couples are divorcing, and there's, you know, it's sort of amicable, there's not really a lot of tension, you know, it's kind of like, let's just go our separate ways. Usually they can agree to, okay, let's have split custody. Let's have joint custody. That's the word I'm looking for. But in this case, Kroy wants the kids full time. That's huge. So what Kroy is saying is that I want the kids 7 days a week, and then Kim can visit, or they can go out to lunch with Kim, but they got to come back home, you know. Like, this is pretty big. If the husband is seeking full custody, the husband now, usually the wife is the one who gets the full custody. You know, the mother is usually the nurturer. And not always in that case. A lot of times these dads are the ones who are doing the business. They're the ones handling what's got to be done, you know. So salute to those fathers out there who are playing the mother role, and vice versa. But Kroy wants full custody, so it leads me to believe, what does Kroy know that we don't know? Or better yet, is Kroy just now finding out all the things that we somewhat already knew about Kim? Like her gambling addiction, allegedly, or her shopping habits, her shopping problem, you know. Is all this finally adding up? I think what's happened, if I'm being real with y'all, I think what has happened is they've ran out of money. And when you get broke, the person laying next to you starts getting real ugly. Let's just be real. When you with somebody and you living large and they got all this money, they look real fucking good. Right, Kim? Because you know, when you got with Kroy, he was fresh out. Oh, he was still in the NFL, playing for the Atlanta Falcons. So he was making all this money. So I'm sure he was very good looking to her. But the moment the funds start running low, y'all are both like, I'm out. So was it real love after all? Whatever happened to through sickness and through health, through better or for worse, through richer or through poor? Did you forget that vow, Kim? You forgot that vow, didn't you, Kim? For richer or for poor? I know what you're doing, girl. No, but for real, let's look at this. Now, Kim is also asking for sole custody, and she wants Kroy to have visitation. So both of them want full custody. They both want full custody here. If I had to bet on it, I would say that Kroy would get full custody. That's just based off of the actions I've seen throughout, you know. Because listen, if we're talking about somebody who's going to be hands-on there, going to football games, doing this, getting in the mud, I see Kroy doing it. I'm not saying Kim won't do it, but Kim is going, you know, Kim's always been about Kim. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. Kim has always been about Kim. I'm not even trying to be ugly. I told y'all I enjoyed watching her. I like Kim. I think she's a pretty woman, regardless what y'all say about her plastic surgery. But Kim's always been about Kim. Why don't y'all just do joint custody? Why don't y'all do joint? That's how you know it's fixing to get nasty. Y'all can't agree to do joint custody and split your kids because you hate each other that much that you'll do whatever you can to get at one another, if that means taking the children away. This is sad. Now, some people are trying, in the comments I've noticed, some people were saying, oh, she's filing for divorce to protect their assets. She's only filing for divorce because they're going to try and come for his money, but if they're divorced, he can't do that. But my thing is, I don't even know if Kroy has money left from his football pension. If Kroy still had money left from his football career, the house would have never went into foreclosure. That $100,000 Amex credit card bill would easily be written off, paid, whatever. You wouldn't be behind on your taxes. Or even if you did, even if you had all this money and you got behind on your taxes, which is possible, people have plenty of money and owe their tax and owe back taxes because they don't pay them. But it shouldn't be hard for you to write a check and handle it if you still got money. Also, even if that was the case, let's just say Kim was doing that. Let's just say Kim was divorcing Kroy to try to dodge collections. It's not going to work because y'all both owe this debt. This is a joint situation here. Y'all both owe this money. So trying to duck and dodge the government by divorcing, it works in some cases. But you know, if Kim was the only one that owed all this debt, if everything was in Kim's name and she had the $1.1 million tax debt, she had the $100,000 credit card, whatever, yes, I could see doing it because they would go after Kroy's money because she's married to him. And let's say Kroy had money. I could see that. But they both owe these taxes. Now, the $100,000 credit card bill, I do want to say that I do believe is Kim's only. I think that's solely her responsibility. I don't think that credit card was in Kroy's name. But the taxes is joint. Joint meaning together. And we all know that finances is what? What is the number one thing that causes marriages to crumble? Right. Finances. Money. Not even just marriages, relationships. You can go move in with your boyfriend of 2 years next week, but and y'all get laid off or you lose your job or he stopped working or whatever and money ain't coming in. It's going to cause tension. It's going to cause issues. And before you know it, if you're not strong enough, it's over with. Now, in these court filings that are public, Kroy is asking for, in the divorce, he's asking for the home that they have. The home that was being, well, not was, is being foreclosed on. I don't think they've handled the debt with the foreclosure yet. So Kroy is asking for that home. Now, Kroy, unless you're going to pay for this, pay for the hole that you're in, I don't know why you're asking for the, like, I'm a little confused there. I guess he's saying like now, because he's saying as of now, I want to stay in the home and I want Kim gone. That's pretty much what he's saying. Regardless of what's going to happen to that home in the future, right now he's saying, I want the home and I want Kim gone. And he wants the kids there in the home with him. Now, listen, I can tell y'all, I don't wish this on nobody, but this is what happens when you live above and beyond your means. Let's talk about it for a second. If you have followed Kim over the years, y'all know that Kim spends money like she's Jeff Bezos' mistress. Kim spends money like money ain't even a thing. We've seen her go in we've seen her on the reality shows go into gas stations and come out with the entire roll of lottery tickets. She has a gambling addiction, allegedly. We've seen her, and this is, I mean, I can say allegedly all day long, but we've seen her go in and come out with the whole book of lottery tickets. If that's not that doesn't scream gambling addiction, I don't know what does. Not only that, we've seen her be in the casino and stick $100 bills in back to back to back to back to back to back, just feeding her addiction. Shall I forget? We also have this some tea right here. Her and her daughters would go to Arizona every single month, probably more than once a month, just to get their hair extensions and their hair done. Now, Kim, out of all them hairstylists in Atlanta, you got to fly to Arizona across the country to get your hair done? Pay for 3 or 4 plane tickets. Actually, I don't know. Is she taking the whole Brady bunch? Because, you know, her family's like 10, damn near. She's got, what, 4, 6 kids? 8 people. When they travel, that's 8 people. So are you paying for all these plane tickets, hotels, you know, getting the hair done? Like, it's stupid, Kim. It's unnecessary. You were just throwing money out. You were wiping your ass with money. And it's come back to bite you in the ass that you wiped the money with. Kim also admitted on one of the episodes of Don't Be Tardy, if y'all watch Don't Be Tardy, she admitted that she lost $250,000 in the Bahamas at one point. I don't know if it was gambling or what, but I could only assume, how else do you lose $250,000? Unless, I mean, investment gone wrong, gambling. This woman loves to gamble. She lost that much money. $250,000, y'all. You and I could live off of $250,000 for what? 5 years? 6 years? You could buy a nice home with that. Shit, here where I'm from in Huntsville, well, I don't know, the Huntsville market has really, that's everywhere. Every market has, the housing market is really bad right now for all of us. But where I'm from, $250,000 to get you a very nice home. I'm just, Kim, somebody ought to slap that wig off your head. Speaking of wigs, if you go to BiermannsCloset.com, she's selling all of her used wigs, and I'm talking about for $1,200, $1,500. Used wigs now. Some even more expensive than that. She's selling her kids used clothes. Oh, here's a Gucci jacket that was $500. You can get it for $200. We don't want your used shit because you broke now. The fuck? Like the great Nene Leakes once said, is your wig squeezing your brain too tight, heifer? If I was Kroy, I would have divorced your ass a long time ago. Not to mention, the kids were dripped in designer clothing. All these luxury cars out in the parking lot. Vacations here and there. I mean, just spending. And what I don't understand is what happened to Cashmere? What happened to Cab Cosmetics? What happened to Salty K Swim? You know, they had a makeup line, a skincare line, a swimwear line. What happened to all that? All of that should have been generating revenue for you. You know, unless you're just spending, more is going out than what's coming in. That's what I'm assuming at this point. Y'all got 3 different hustles. More than that, more than 3, because I mean, you're reality stars, so you got the clothing line, or the swimwear line, the skincare line, the makeup line. You got endorsements. You got TV appearances. You know, all these different ways to make money that a lot of us regular folk don't have. And you still broke? Spending way more. That's coming. See, what Kim thought was that her and her daughters were fixing to be the next Kardashians. But if there's one thing I could say about them Kardashians, they put in the work behind their beauty brands. Now, some of y'all may say the Kardashians don't work. No, they don't go to a 9 to 5 like we do and work, okay? But when it comes to their beauty brand, the Kardashians are going to be at those appearances. They're going to be doing these pop-up shops. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do the meet and greets. They're going to be there. They're going to push their product, right? We all know Kris Jenner has always got something up her sleeve. They're going to pull a publicity stunt, something to get their name out there, their product out there, you know what I'm saying, to push it. They were really smart. Kim wasn't smart. You know, she released all this stuff. They slapped their name on all these drop shippable products and expected to become a billionaire overnight. Like literally. Kim said, I need to order 1,000 lip kits, slap KAB Cosmetics on it, hung up the phone, and expected to get rich overnight. No, Kim, that's not how it works. It's not how it works. You got to engage with your audience. You got to make them want to buy it. Why should they buy KAB Cosmetics? Now, in Kroy's divorce document, it says he wants all of the access to Kim's financial documents, bank statements, everything, because he wants to prove that she is the one that's responsible for this financial destruction of it all. And I believe Kroy. Listen, I believe Kroy. Kroy always looked like the poor assistant that Kim was dragging along with her. And he probably just did whatever his wife said to make her happy. But listen, at some point, Kroy, you as the man of the house should have put your foot down and said, if you keep spending the way you're spending, I'm going to leave you. We've got 4 kids to take care of. Not only take care of, to put through college if they want to go to college. We've got 4 kids who are going to be in school for 8 more years. We've got 4 kids who are going to need vehicles when they turn 16, 17, 18 years old. But Kim, there we go again. Kim can only think about herself. I feel sorry for the little kids and all this, because they have like 4 kids that are like under the age of 10 years and under. Now, Ariana and Brielle, y'all remember Ariana and Brielle are Kim's 2 daughters. Kroy adopted them. They're grown. They ain't got to deal with this. I'm sure Ariana and Brielle are like, oh, God damn, thank God. Thank God we're not there anymore. Now, they may be still living at home. I don't know, but they're grown. They ain't got to worry about it. They ain't got to go to sleep at night wondering if they're going to be put out their house. They ain't got to go to bed at night wonder what's going to happen. But, well, you know what? I take that back. I take that back, because what did Brielle and Ariana do to make money? Did Kim give them an allowance? Like, I mean, you can say sponsorships or Instagram, but I mean, that's only going to maintain a luxurious life. That's not gonna sustain a luxurious lifestyle unless you just got millions and millions of followers. And we know Brielle and Ariana ain't got Kylie Jenner followers like that. So this whole family, I feel like, is fucked. But I've got a solution. We'll get to that in a second. But you know, I was thinking too, I was talking to y'all earlier about how I was shocked that they split up, because I thought they were so in love. Then I thought about it, and it's like, you know what? Being together almost 12 years, when you're with someone every day for that long, you start to see the cracks in the foundation of their character, if they have any. I mean, we all have flaws and you know, character flaws, but after 12 years, you really, you know, let's say this. At the beginning, when Kim was spending the money and doing it, Kroy couldn't see that. He was blind. He was blind by that big blonde wig and them big titties and the cameras that were all around. And as time went on and time went on and time went on, he started seeing it, and he was like, oh shit. What does Kroy know that we don't know? Kroy, I need you to come on the show, Kroy. Come on up here and talk to us. We got to get down to some things. What happened? What is going on? And Kim, if you're watching, anybody that knows Kim, Brandon, if you're watching, Brandon is one of Brielle's best friends, and I've kind of known him for like over a decade, since I was in high school. We kind of met through social media and we talked, and I realized that he was best friends with Brielle, and we've kind of kept in touch over the years. Not like that, but, you know, I like his stuff, and he'll comment on my stuff, and he's like this with Brielle. So, Brandon, if you're watching, I have a solution. I know you got Kim's number. Send her this, well, don't send her this video because she's going to probably be mad and cuss me the fuck out if she sees what I got to say, but give her this advice. Come close, Kim. Brandon, come close. So I want y'all to hear me. And I know some of y'all ain't gonna like this, but Kim, it's time for you to come back to RHOA. It's time for Kim to come. Listen, if Kim wants to save her life and this lifestyle and everything that she's got going on, you've got to come back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. How else is Kim going to make that amount of money to pay back these credit cards, to pay back the IRS, to keep her home, how else is she going to do it? With her nursing degree that she says she had? No. Because Kim was, I mean, like, listen, whether you hate or love Kim, this would be good for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That show has been going downhill, in my opinion, in the last few seasons. It's not really been the best. I'm watching the new season, and I'm hoping it's going to, you know, redeem itself from last season. But this would be a win for Bravo. This would be a win for Kim. They can resurrect the show, and then Kim can listen. If Kim goes back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, she's going to make at least $500,000 her first season coming back, because she's already got 4 or 5 seasons under her belt. So she's got that seniority there. So they're not gonna start her off with, like, if a new housewife were to come on the show, they might make $150,000 their first season. But since Kim is seasoned and she's got seniority, and if she wants to come back, they're gonna pay her, you know, a hefty amount. And that way she can get back on her feet. You know, just don't live beyond your means, Kim. Get you a little condo in Buckhead, or don't even go to Buckhead, because that shit's high. Get you a little condo in Midtown and live like the rest of us within your means. See, because Kim got lazy in the past. In the past, Kim didn't want to work. When she met Kroy and she realized Kroy had all that money, and then, you know, she had her little housewife's check that she was making, she said, I don't want to film this show no more. I don't want to be around these girls. I don't want to do this. I want to go home, sit back, smoke cigarettes, drink wine. Kim got lazy. She never really wanted to work. But it's time to get back to work now, Kim. Either that, or you go back to working in the nursing home. Y'all remember Kim said she was a nurse, which is somewhat true, but when I heard her say she was a nurse, I thought she was an RN. And I was like, damn, Kim really went through school and went through the 4 years of school, and is it 4 years? However long it is to be an RN. I was thinking, damn, Kim really is smart. But couldn't find out, Kim was never an RN, she was a CNA. And I'm not shading CNAs, because here's the thing. A CNA does more work than an RN, from what I heard. CNAs don't get paid what they're worth. CNAs work hard. CNAs are the ones that are in there taking care of your sick grandmother or grandfather that's in the nursing home. You know, they do that hard, they do that grunt work. So, Kim, you either go back to Real Housewives, or you go back to the nursing home and start your nursing career over again. You got one of the two. And I don't know about you, but Housewives seems a little bit more appealing. Going on vacation, drinking, shopping, and getting paid for it, I'll take it. And 2, I think Real Housewives, it would be cool to have a lot of the OGs back. Listen, we already got Sheree back. Candy is somewhat of an OG since she started in season 2. Kenya is a shoe-in, because Kenya is just Kenya. So all we need now is Kim. Go on, bring Nene back. We could just have those 5. We got a show. We got a show. I don't know. What do you guys think about this story? You know, I want to hear from you guys. Make sure you chime in and join the conversation in the comments below. What do you think about Kim and Kroy divorcing? Did you see it coming, or were you shocked like I was? Also, how do you feel about Kim owing all this money? $1 million to the IRS, $100,000 in credit card debt, her home's in foreclosure. I mean, it's a lot going on. Make sure you leave your comments below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel and like this video, and we'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. See ya.